Well, Friday evening, it's the AFL. It's a male league. It's one game this evening. It's Diamond FC. They are up against the Eagle Claw. It is what you will call the season ending for both teams. Good evening and welcome to our broadcast. Wherever you are, we welcome you on board. Good evening, good night, good morning. Whatever time of day, we are happy to have you on board. It is the Eagle Claw up against Diamond FC. Diamond FC in black and white. I guess for the first time of the season, we are seeing them in black and white. It is the green and yellow of the Eagle Claw. The man in the middle is Hardner Hodge, able and assisted by the man Richards and Thomas. Our fourth official for this evening is the man Burton, and the man to describe the action live and lively is none other than the man Doc. He's in the house.
Yes, good evening to one and all, taking our coverage via AI Live. And it's the season ender for both sides. A season filled with promise, a season as in filled with ups and downs. The Claw for the first time making it into the Champions League in their, third year of existence? Second year of existence, actually. That's wonderful from Jared Smith, and he finds Kevin Paul in space. Hawley, cuts back. Hawley trying to lay this one off. And I think Raquel Cyril is taking no chances there. He's back in nets for the Eagle Claw today. The Claw's full lineup does read Sean Brown Yatta, he's the number 11. Romain Kabi, the man, Chinaman, he's number 20. Tony Carey, number 14. Naldo is still hurt, so he is out today. Raquel Cyril back in goal, number 69. Nick Dashenko, he's the number 18. Khalifa Francis out of the goal, back on the field. He is their captain, number 13. Andre Gordon, he's wearing the number 1 shirt. Darlin Gordon, the number 3, as a shot comes in and goes well over. Garfield Lewis, number 24. Stewie is back. Stuart Murray, number 6. And Chadwick Samuel rounds out the lineup. He is the number 17.
For Diamond FC, you see Jared Smith starting today. We have, that's a number 2, and number 5 is Rodando Roach. He's back for the Diamonds. Number 6 is Carlos Ruiz. Number 17 is Kevin Paul. Number 27, Nicholson Millington. Number 25 is Kevroy Harley. Kevron Harley is number 21. Number 3 is Javante Gale. Number 15, Alexander Fleming. He's also back for the Diamond FC. Tyrese Burke, number 26. And in goal, Micah Brooks.
So DFC, they're returning to a pretty familiar back line. Redondo Roach is back. But there's no Malachi Gums for them in the back line today. So it looks like Alex has filled the role in the center of the back 3.
As well, there is no Peters. A number of our starters missing for Diamond FC today.
No Jalen Smains, no Jaden Fleming. As here comes Yatta, and Yatta got there first. And it will be a yellow card for Carlos Reyes. He came in just a bit late.
Final defender, our second to last defender, and very fortunate, all in the game. Doc, very early in the game to get a yellow.
That reminded me of Yatta back in the olden days, back in the Enforcers days, that quick burst. Such a good goal scorer Yatta was, getting up there, still showing he has the capability to provide some sort of attacking output. We did see, for the majority of the season, put a lot of defense out of necessity more than anything. With Tony Carey back in the fold, with the Gordons back as well. It's given him the freedom to go a bit further forward.
Yes. Well, this is a very precarious position for Diamond FC. Very early in the game, in the 5th minute of play. Man, Brooks will be called upon Micah Brooks. The man stewing.
Indeed, it is a man, Stuart Murray, over this one. Stewie hits this one along the ground, and easy pickings from Micah in the end. Drops short, and good work there by Nick Dashenko. Dashenko, he's been in and out of the claw side, but we're not seeing him play. He's looked a very, very solid left back. Very rare sight these days, a left-footed left back.
Is it 5 the Eagle Claw is playing in the back, Doc?
I'm not sure whether they're playing with a back 5 or whether someone is getting... This may be back to the original Eagle Claw formation. One sweeper, per se, and then a back 4 ahead of him. It reminds me very much of the old Claw formation. The sweeper man right at the back 4 ahead of him, and then a midfield 2. It was odd. It was odd.
And it seems that that's right where they have gotten back to. Here's a ball play through, too heavy of a ball there. And Michael Cyril.
Using his hands for the first time today, Cyril. He's booted the ball away a couple times. This time opted to use his hands. The privilege of goalkeepers. This is Dashenko. A searching ball. Chadwick was a bit late to react. And Micah comes out to collect. Micah not in his usual goalkeeping uniform. Seems to be wearing the usual DSC warm-up shirts.
Yes. It's a warm-up outfit. I guess it's because of the color that the Claw is sporting this evening.
Indeed.
Why he has gone with his warm-up kit, one can say.
The pink shirt. An old diamond uniform it used to be. I remember the pink uniform. One of the 14,000 diamond have cycled through in the past 4 years.
That's a red.
It looks very pink to me. Cyril is in red. That's a bit more pink.
That's a red shirt.
It's a bit more pink than red. The DFC number on the back of their shirt is red. That's a bit more pink.
Doc, I'm not having a conversation. You can't argue with a blind man. That's a handball.
You would think so.
It was a handball. Not spotted there.
And there's a ball over the top. Chadwick and Shiny Man running onto it.
Ooh.
And it sliced away. And Micah luckily got a boot there just ahead of Chadwick Samuel.
2 defenders going in, no communication, and the ball came off one of the defender and went forward. And ooh, good work by Micah Brooks to get a boot into that one.
It sliced away. It caromed off the side of his boot. Luckily for the DFC, no harm done. Here's Ramin Kabi looking for Yatta. It's easy pickings for Micah Brooks. Now Carlos was on a yellow card early in the piece. Nothing that's unfamiliar for Carlos.
Very familiar for Carlos.
The young man who doesn't mind a card at all. Interesting today for the Diamond FC. It's the man for the tree playing up front for them. They without their usual strikers. There's no Kentish John, there's no Jalen, there's no Jaden. And those are the 3 guys that they really cycled through. And when they were out, you had a Rabbit.
Yes, none of them seem to be available today. Oh, there's a good ball. Oh,
well,
in so danger there.
The DFC have gotten a bit of reinforcement. The captain has walked into the stadium.
Indeed.
Trevor Peters, suspect you'll see him a bit later in the game. So here's for the tree, trying to drop this one off. Picked up now by Alex. Alex coming out of defense. And booted away there by Gordon. Straight back to Alex Fleming. Now Francis steps in and finds Ramin Kabi. And Kabi's looking for Chadwick. The ball just didn't get ahead of Chadwick the way he wanted it to. Now Smith is in space. You don't want that man in space. Shenko can clear. Alex nods this one forward. picked up now by Smains. This time he's under some pressure. Onto the foul, didn't get it. And now he'll get the foul.
Yes. Advantage was played, there was none gain. And so the ball was was pulled back. And wait and see. And this is the beauty of the referee, the power of the referee. You can wait and see. No advantage gain. He was playing an advantage. None was gained. And pull the play back.
Levels. You can see levels. It's just driven forward. That's easy pickings for Cyril.
Very easy.
Drop this one off short to a Gordon. The two Gordons combining. And it's a searching ball across field. And it's for the tree now. For the tree, Tyrese Buck.
Just a bit of heavy touch there by Buck.
Heavy touch or heavy man. Couldn't get back to the ball after he touched it. I remember the 43 of the olden days.
I've gotten back to that very easily.
Back when he was playing with the Enforcers, I found another former Enforcer, the man Tyrese Buck. It's a stalwart defender for the Enforcers. Remember, a number of Enforcers teams, it didn't have much in the defense. It was a lot of 43 playing in that defense. But that midfield duo of Mason and Duke, and then that forward prowess really caused some problems. One of the few teams that would have won a trophy over the past decade, not named the Roaring Lions. It's a ball played in, not quite dealt with, and he's looking for an effort at goal. But the clock can clear. Here's Kirby. The other former Enforcer remained Kirby. An Enforcer, a docks man, an attackers man. He's been right around the block. Maybe a salsa ballers man as well, if I remember correctly. May have been a number of moons ago. It's been years since the salsa were at their peak. Another team that cycled through a lot of players, the salsa ballers. They've had some very, very quality, some of the best of Anguilla that came to the salsa ballers ranks. Like of Jermaine Hughes, Aiden Scipio. The heart and soul of that salsa ballers midfield. Baba Johnson up front with the franchise Naldo. What a formidable duo there was. Here comes Chadwick Samuel. And then they had the man Darius Lanton in goal. Had Kifoy Lake leading the defense. It's a ball forward again by Smains. Of course, he had the old veteran as well. He was a stalwart. Donny. Remember how good Donny was. What a player he was back in his day. He can still do a job as well. Some a bit earlier for the attackers. I think it was last season. I think Donny came and played a couple games for the attackers. Ball forward, but he can't keep himself behind the last defender. It will be an offside. The early goings, we've not quite seen any of the keepers troubled. You know, you may have gotten a bit accustomed to seeing some early goals in this AFL. It was a weekend where I think every single game had a goal within the first 5 minutes. It's Kirby. He's been very bright to start this game. He's been a bright spot for the Eagle Claw overall these last few weeks. The man Romain Kirby. A very willing runner as well. This one's played in. Yes, Kirby. Still Kirby here. A bit too much work for himself. Here come DFC searching ball forward, but they don't have that usual attacking chemistry. Jared Smains giving himself a bit too much work to do. Smains turns. Looking for the reverse pass as well. It's Redondo. And he's cleared out. And the referee will say that's just on the edge of the area. That was a lovely reverse ball by Jared Smains. And Redondo busting up from left center back. Well, that would have been troublesome.
Oh, very fortunate. Right on the edge. It couldn't have gotten any closer not to be a penalty.
He couldn't have picked a better blade of grass to make the foul on.
Just outside the penalty box.
And luckily for him, it's wide as well, so it's not quite at the best shooting angle either.
And might be surprised.
And Jared can hit a ball. Can hit them very well.
Might be surprised that he go that upper V, that far corner. And the dangerous header. Millington is in the back. We saw him last year. We saw him again last weekend in St. Kitts with the header. Dangerous. He's all, you cannot leave him free.
Claw have to mark him. He's unmarked right now. The athlete's in the vicinity, but he's not quite there. Smains puts this one a bit too high. Not a back across goal, however.
Actually found the head of Millington, but it was too far.
And an acrobatic effort will not trouble Cyril at all.
Oh, it was too far. Just a bit too heavy touch there.
I think Smains opted for the wrong type of delivery. Tried to float it over. You have to whip it in from that sort of range. Give it a bit less air and a bit more power to make it easier to redirect the ball toward goal.
Indeed. You had to do, from that kind of height, it would have been a case where you had to actually do the hard work.
Indeed. You had to generate all the power on the ball.
Look to redirect and the power at the same time. If it was a ball that was hit, it was only to redirect it, just skid it off your head.
Indeed. Taking free kicks is not easy. A lot of thought process has to go to whatever delivery you want to put in. Whether you want to whip it, do you want to drive it, do you want to float it? If you're going to whip it, what type of whip do you want to put on it? Do you want to whip it toward the keeper or away from the keeper?
You want to call it, you want whatever you want to do. I mean, at the end of the day, Doc, you know one thing I like is that the guys out there, they're capable of doing it. That's why they're out there. Indeed. That's why we are here.
Indeed, they are. They're all able to. And the technical ability of players in the league, it's gone up league-wide over the last few seasons. Back in the day, you just had guys who wanted to play football. They'd come and play as 43 chugging away at this one. Won't get there ahead of Cyril. Now, the calm head of Francis shifts it wide for Gordon. Back to Khalifa Francis. Now, Darlin Gordon. Stewie shifts this one wider for Kirby. Kirby. Under some pressure, goes back to Gordon.
Good work done there by Roach.
Roach is a very adventurous left centre back today. Free to go where he wants. That's a good move by Chad. Yes, Chadwick Samuel puts one all the way across. It's not dealt with. And in the 20th minute, the Eagle Claw will take a 1-0 lead.
In the 19th minute of play, it is the Eagle Claw that has found himself on the board. And it's from the boot of the man Stewie.
Stuart Murray hasn't scored in a pretty long time. He missed a penalty against the Spartans, I believe. That was his last real chance to score. But this time he makes no mistake. Stuart Murray, the veteran, gets himself on the score sheet. The Claw take a lead.
Indeed. Eagle Claw, they started this tournament, this Champions League with a victory over the Rowan Lions. They will want to close out their season 2023 with same. That's a handball. That is definitely a handball.
The Claw were in it up until they came up against the attackers, and they seem to forget that they are no longer in 2022.
This one is driven! Oh!
What a save by Cyril. He was almost caught off guard there. It was an audacious effort, but Cyril got a fingertip on it and poked it over just about.
And who is it? Who it was? The man Smeens. From just about to mid-pitch. Caught Cyril looking on the 6-yard box. And what an effort. Cyril had to chop back well in the end. And he did a good job.
Floated in. Can be nodded clear. And a drive at goal, bouncing around the area. And eventually, calmly, well, it was calmly, but not the best touch. A difficult touch, really, for Garden. It will be a DFC throw. Roach. That's Hawley. And it will be a free kick. Hawley a bit too anxious to get back onto that one after losing it. This time for the Claw. They don't have the one sub. They have two.
For the Claw?
The Claw will have two.
Where are they?
Billy, they have the Poodle and they have Griff.
I've not seen Poodle. I have not seen him. He's in the bag?
I think he may be making his way in a bit later. The veteran Poodle. Been around a while. Seen everything there is to see. He's won a lot as well. Another former Enforcers man, a Poodle. That's right in that midfield with Mason and with Duke. There was such a good side going forward, the Enforcers, because you had Mason, Duke, and Poodle in the midfield. Then you had Yatta, Gaza, and Sylvanus up front.
And still they had...
and it could be hit on the volley here, but it was a wrong boot for Stewie this time. Launched forward, and, Fortitude's not getting there.
Kirby's not going to control that one. That was overhit there. Kirby, not the tallest of man. Not even Usain Bolt would have gotten to that one. Oh, no. Asking too much of Kirby there.
And Forces team. And they won the Champions League, I believe. I think it was Alande Williams took over the gloves mid-season and transformed them defensively. Unorthodox.
But very effective.
Very effective. Very good side of the Forces team. You always have that side that comes up every few years unexpectedly. They'll come and win a trophy. It was the Salsa Ballers before them it was the Attackers. Then it was the Attackers again. And, well, you always have that side that will cause you some problems. They may not have the big Anguillian names per se, but they have a very good team. A team that's built around each other and can play one certain style of football. And one thing the Enforcers could do was hit a long pass over the top.
Well, they had the quality, they had the pace, they had what it takes.
Yeah, they had their perfect team to play that long ball style, because you had Duke and Mason, who were very good passers from deep, and you had Gaza, Sylvanus, and Yatta, who were very fast up front.
Indeed.
They had Denzel as well.
And the Smiles was not far off.
And the Enforcers team was very... What kind of throw is that? You can't do that, Gordon. You really can't do that. Not at this level. I think that's his father telling him, you have to throw the ball from over your head. As Tony Carey clears, and Deshenko boots it a bit further upfield. And I don't know who Roach saw there.
He was trying to find Harley, but I'm not sure how he was going to do that. In the 25th minute of play, it's a 1-0. The Eagle Claw taking the lead in the 19th minute of play from the boot of the man Stuart Murray.
Knocked away by Millington. It will be another throw to the claw. Really, it's so strange. When it's time for a goal to score, I can't see the clock. But I can see the clock perfectly clear right now. It's at 24:40. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I blame the glare. I blame the glare from that light up there.
Yeah, dark is just on certain times of the day that you just can't see. That's why.
I think it is. I think at exactly 7 o'clock the eyes go bad. It will be a throw into the claw.
Now next Monday, I'll set you an appointment.
Free kick to the Eagle claw. Claw side at this point, last season, they would have been right at the bottom of the team. They would have lost the Western Predators. I think it was 5-3 or something like that. They would have lost the Predators in the D League as well.
That would have been in the D League.
Yes, they were rock bottom of the league. Now they're playing Champions League football. Diamond as well. This time last season, they were winning the D League by 1 goal. Now they're playing Champions League football. It's progression for the two sides.
Well, you see, and you can look at the Queens also, dark. But the difference is, it is that a Diamond team would have been a team that was built from foundation up.
Indeed. When I spoke to Linton a few years ago, he told me he had a 5-year plan for Diamond FC. He told me he had a plan. It's coming to fruition. It's not quite reached its full maturity stages yet. But you can see the structure, the footballing style coming into play. You can see the discipline of the side as well. Any player can go and fill any position and do their job effectively. You have the likes of Alex, Trevor, Armando as well. Very versatile positionally. Millington, very positionally versatile. Hawley played a large majority of the season as a right fullback. He's a usual midfielder. You have Jaden, who's playing on the wing as a fullback and as a striker. Jared, he's been the main fulcrum of the attacking output as well. And he's reaped the rewards of a system that's built for his strengths.
Indeed.
20 goals and counting in the league. One of the biggest jumps you would see in terms of goal scoring output from year to year was from Jared Smith. One thing I've ever seen.
Not just from Jared Smith, but from the Diamond FC. The Diamond FC was a team that hardly scored goals.
They didn't score. They couldn't score.
Because one of the complaints was that the Diamond FC didn't have a finisher.
They tried options. They had Jaron Gale for a few seasons. They had Baba Johnson for half a season. But now Linton just said, I'll go to what I have in my academy.
Indeed. And it has worked. It has worked perfectly.
Indeed. A lot of teams cover a 20-goal a season striker. You don't see that too often in the league. You usually have just 1 or 2 every season. You had Mally and Johnny for a while. You had Screechy Walker for a while. But now you're seeing them pretty much. You see, well, a lot of teams now. Pretty much every team has a 20-goal a season capable striker. The Claw, they have Baba Johnson.
This could be trouble.
Oh, it's spilled by Cyril. Eventually gets there. Eventually he got onto that one. 43 wasn't getting there.
But he got there. He just couldn't find the ball. He was there. He just couldn't find the ball.
Well.
Man. Opportunity. We're not begging.
If you go through the teams, you see that each team, they have the capability to have a 20-goal a season. Down to the Predators with Kern Caddy. When he's on form, he has the ability to score 20 in a season. Yetta was through there. Yatta was through, but it will be a foul. The Claw, they have Chadwick who scored 20 last season. The Spartans, they have Tamarcus Connor who scored 11. I think he was 9th in the league. And that's not mentioning Kervin Benjamin, who, if you take his stats for a full season, Kervin in about 14 games has scored 23 goals for the Spartans. You have for the Llamas, Amoni Gums and Yannick Belche, who are 20-goal a season strikers. They're going up the ladder. You have for the Uprising, Joran Gales, a 20-goal a season striker. The DFC have Jared. The Attackers, well, they have Gaza. The Attackers have Gaza. When he's on form, that boy can score goals. He had a portion toward the end of the season where he got himself to about 11 or 12 goals on the air. Scored about 6 goals in 3 games.
And that's a fit Gaza.
That's the Gaza that we came to know with the Enforcers. The Lions, they have they have Screechy when he's healthy. You have Mackay. You have Christian who scores goals. They have players. And Jared will go for a hit here. And the Ducks, they have about 300 people who can score 20 goals a year. You have Ricketts, you have Torres, you have Johnny, you have Malley. And that's why they've been counting Sylvanus who was out all year.
And that, between Jonathan Gishard and the man... Torres, they did a tremendous job in the absence of Sylvanus, because we have seen what Sylvanus can do. He's a troublemaker going up front. He's very fast.
Fast, skillful, tricky. And we saw, for the little piece of Sylvanus that we saw this season, he looked back to his best. That boy was on form. Injuries. They're a cruel servant.
It was a double foul.
It was a push and a push. Will be a free kick.
And it's been pulled back to the forest.
You have to pull it back to unless the second one was a penalty. You have to pull it back to the initial foul. Just a 2-man wall. More players to get rid of the danger. This means we'll give this one up for
Millington is going to hit this one. Floats it in. Oh, good work by Cyril.
Agility there from right kill Cyril. Another thing that we've seen an improvement to it this year among teams is the goalkeeping. Every team really has found their number one. Maybe the Predators, but when Nicholas Hughes is there, he's a pretty good goalkeeper. But when he's not there, Alex Batchelor does a very good job in goal, as well as Alcindor.
No, Alcindor, I don't know, Doc. He doesn't like to use his hands when it's easy. When he has to fly about, he's such a wonderful goalkeeper to look at.
Indeed.
Such a wonderful keeper.
Alcindor reminds me a lot of, I don't know how often people would have seen him goal keep, but Junior Anthony, when Junior was in goal. That's a good ball, a good run, and a very fine save by Micah. Miscommunication, but eventually it's taken away. That's a very good save, low, quickly to his right.
Doc, I was looking for that one in the back of the net.
It had goal written all over it.
Ooh.
What a save there by Micah.
Tremendous. The Micah of all, that was a goal.
Indeed.
The new Micah, you have to score on him.
We were just talking about each team finding their number one. DFC have found theirs. Attackers have the best keeper in the league, in my opinion, Randy Gomez. Ducks have 2 number ones. Same with Lions. Both have 2 number ones. The Spartans have their keeper. The Uprising have Darian.
Oh.
The Claw have Cyril. Tremendous keeper right here, Cyril. It's been a very good find for them.
Learning the trade on the job, one could say. But he has done a good job in season 2.
This is not just in the men's league, in the female league as well. Before you may have seen a lot of players
That's offside.
Players having to go and goal just because the team didn't have a keeper. Now, each team has their number 1 and a very good number 1 at that.
Indeed.
Down from the top of the top end, superstars down to the Gazelles. Gazelles have 2 number 1s, really. Because Samisha, when she's here, is a number 1. And Fleming, and Deandra Fleming is a very promising young keeper.
She is. She's indeed. Take nothing away from her.
Indeed, here's Kabi now. Robbie and Kabi in the area. Kabi finds Yatta, and Yatta
Finds the side of the net.
Sean Brown. He took the touch to get the ball under control, but couldn't direct it goalward.
That was a tremendous build-up by the Claw. And the pass was equally a wonderful one. Just the finish. Needed to put the finishing touch on the ball and just couldn't.
Here comes the Claw yet again. The Claw missing a few players. They're up 1-0 over a DFC team. Missing a few players.
Oh, that's a
For the
goal.
tree. Ooh. Didn't get the pass right for the tree. Didn't get it right at all. It's a lovely kick by Cyril. And Chad, who couldn't control it. He put it right on his boot.
It's a lovely ball.
Yes, for the tree. For the tree. Oh, and for the tree has scored. Tyrese Buck hasn't scored in about 40 years, but 43 has got it on the score sheet. What a finish. What a composed finish for 43.
In the 37th minute of play. What a wonderful bit of football there by the man Wellington. He took it, he got through 3 defenders, and he laid it off for 43, who put the finishing touch on it, and that was that.
I don't think 43 has played up front in about a decade. He's finally gotten a chance, and he's got himself a goal as well. Tyrese Buck.
And all that came, Doc, that came on the back of what you were praising, Cyril, of a lovely kick taken from the boot of Chad
And Chad just
on
couldn't
the
take
edge,
it down.
on the edge of the circle, and Chad could not take the ball down. Millington it was who took it away, got through 2-3 defenders, laid it off for the man 43, and 43 did nothing wrong but found the back of the net.
He had to score. He did score it. Those having a bit of an F2 freestyler show. I just couldn't keep the ball in play. Having too much fun, Redondo, as a certain coach would say. Having too much fun. It's 1 goal apiece. This is going to be an interesting game. Both sides missing players. We saw when the Claw were missing players, they lost 6-1. We saw when DFC were missing players, and they were beaten 3-2, both by the attackers. So now the 2 sides who lost 1 missing players again. Who's going to come out victorious? Claw missing their St. Martin guys. DFC without their captain, without their 2 strikers, without 3 strikers, in fact, actually. Jaden out. Kentish John out. Jalen out. No Malachi as well. It's a throw. Can look to use him short. Yeah, Earl be into touch for another throw in. Throw taken, and for the 3 hits that he's getting up, some ideas. Cyril has to get there quickly. For the 3 getting a bit audacious with it. A half volley from outside the area. And this time Chadwick gets it down and finds Romain Kirby. Kirby. I don't know why Chadwick stopped running. Because Kirby still has it, but he doesn't have an option now because Chadwick stopped moving. He's frustrated with Kirby for something. You have to keep the run going. You have to keep drawing the defenders away from Kirby and let Kirby operate down the line. When you make a run down the line, you clog his space. That's the coach's hat talking. That's the coach's hat, not the commentator's hat right now. Frustrated a bit too fast, Chadwick Samuel. Just keep the run going. You already made the right move to go centrally. Keep dragging the defender wider. Chadwick, offside. Wasn't wearing the foot issues for Rondo either.
That was a good call. That was a good call. It was just a chest that was ahead of the last defender, and you could play the ball with the chest. So good call.
Indeed. Looking for the 1-2, doesn't quite come off. It's down the line. This could be troublesome. He has some space to put the ball into the area. It gets down the byline, puts it in. And eventually it's hooked partially clear. And the hit for the tree takes it down in the area. Can't keep his footing. And picked up now by Alex. And Alex, he's getting some ideas as well. And Cyril says, thank you very much. Not as clean at all, Alex. Here's Yatta. He wants a 1-2. Give it back to him. Yes, here comes Yatta. Yatta's in space in behind. Yatta goes for a lob.
The effort was good. The thought was good, but just gonna put it away because the man Brooks was off his line, but just could not get it on target.
It's
a lovely ball.
He's on side, trying to cut back in there, Harley. Just too much defenders in the vicinity. Francis gives it away to Smains. That's not the man you want on the ball. Cleans up his mistake very well, though, Francis. Clip at the heels, it will be a free kick. It's not quite allowed. Not allowed at all.
In the 43rd minute of play, still an even Steven game. Anybody's game. Diamond FC missing a whole lot of players.
Indeed, they are. Claw missing the same amount, really. The pass won't find the intended target, and Gordon turns very well. Pass is not quite good, however.
No.
Kirby didn't keep it in, says the AR. Roach. Looking for and finding a Millington. Now Reyes. And that's a good ball as well. And Tony Carey got his head there just in time.
And he had to, because Paul was looking for that lob again.
Indeed he was. Kevin Paul's had a pretty good game. He's again, he can put a ball in. And Fortentry is trying to get there. Well, Fortentry is in a goal scoring mood. Fortentry wants another one.
That could have been interesting. It was both 43 and the man means.
Look at Fortentry work. Not a goal scorer, but he's scoring goals. Here's Kirby. A very lively half for Romain Kirby. Chadwick in the post, trying to get it back toward Kirby. Now Alex. Pretty good ball handler, Alex. Now Hawley wants a pass. Not find a pass. And it's Kirby. Kirby. And again, I think Chadwick is making the wrong run. He's running out wide when Kirby wants to send him centrally. if you're playing as a striker, you don't always need to make the run out wide. You can make the same diagonal run you're making, but instead of going left to right, go right to left. This one dealt with, but here's 43. 43 still here. 43 putting one in.
He could have put it back outside the penalty area or outside the 6-yard box, because coming in there was the man Smins. Smins was coming in there and just could not find him. He went square. Oh, that's good run by Harley.
Harley finding 43. 43 hits it. 43's in a goal-scoring mood. Where was he all season? Why wasn't he playing up front?
Well, the ref say on the break of 45. That's it. A very fluent half. Very well played. Very well played by both teams. And it's 1 goal each at halftime. 1 goal apiece at halftime. We are going to take you back to Master Control as soon as we are as play resume. We are going to take you. We are going to resume the live coverage. Until then, back to Master Control.
Welcome back to the REGTC. We're at the halftime whistle. The DFC, they would have just equalized. It is 1 goal apiece. Goals coming from Stuart Murray. And then for the three, Tyrese Buck. Getting on the score sheet. For the DFC, one change. Trevor Peters. He has come into the fray, the DFC captain.
And that has enabled Gale to go up front.
Indeed. So, 43 did his job, got a goal, and Linton says that's enough of that experiment. Jared?
Oh, that's a foul.
Dashenko.
That's a card.
Dashenko. Can't quite do that, Nick.
Oh, that's simulation.
Simulation. That says referee Harding on Jared Smains. Jared gets a card for simulation. A dive, says referee Harding, and Jared Smains in the book.
That wasn't a dive. Let's go to VAR. That wasn't a dive. He was brought down.
I like the move from Trevor Peters. Immediately pulled Jared away so he didn't get another card. Because a card for simulation
It was
a card for dissent.
It was a card for simulation, but definitely, Doc, we would have to go to VAR for that one. That one was close. Dashenko didn't make contact with him. Was it heavy enough?
To get him over the way he went over?
Yeah. Tight card.
We saw Neymar a few years ago would have gotten a card for simulation, got to argue with the referee about getting the card, and got a second yellow. So like what Trevor Peters did, immediately pulled Jared Smains away so he didn't get another card. You don't often see that. Referees, they opt often these days to not call when a player simulates. But the rule states if you simulate, you get a yellow.
But the truth be told, Doc, you know, most of the time that you see simulation is this very close the penalty box or in the penalty box, trying to deceive the official into awarding them a penalty. And so it is right for, if it is simulation, that you are carded.
Indeed. Indeed it is.
Deception. Oh, that's a heavy touch by Millington, losing out there. And good work by Harley. Millington goes down. Does well. Peters.
Sliding challenge, does Millington.
Not sure, Doc, but he just loves to go to the ground.
I don't know why. And it tackles that he can make standing up, still chooses to go to ground.
He loves the ground.
He gets him right most of the time as well.
Very much so. Saw one. I played in St. Kitts where he went to ground 3 times. 1, 2, 3.
Sounds like G. Poked over the top. And it will be marshaled out for a claw goal kick. Early goings here of the second half. Just the one change for both sides. Don't know if they have too many left to make. The DFC don't have many subs at all, and the Claw have Griff. Linton had Peters to use. He used Peters early. Didn't wait a second longer than the halftime whistle. This one is driven at goal. That's easy for Cyril. Meat and drink. Oh, he was chugging away there. He was moving. It's a man Garfield. Looking to shift a man. Does so initially. And forced to go back. And it's a good ball toward Jared, but Jared couldn't curve the run enough.
That's offside.
Couldn't quite get the run curved enough. But that's not the best pass at all there by Cyril. Forces Dashenko to just boot it away. If taken, Garfield will win the free kick. 15 minutes into this game. 1 goal apiece.
Not 15-50.
50. I didn't say 50, I think. Was that 15? Forgive me. It's been a long day. Francis. Stewie. Evolving to a midfielder all of a sudden this year. And Chadwick is in. He's not offside. Chadwick Samuel. Wonderful save by Micah yet again.
That was tight. That was tight.
Oh, man, has
The advantage was played. The advantage was played.
Referee calls for the medical staff. So guess what's to come on? It's Griff with his bag. Coach, sub, medic, he's doing every job today, Griff.
Manager, everything. He's everything.
He's a president. Looks like it's Stewie who has stayed down for the claw. Stewie from a Ducks United man was a winger back in his Ducks days. Striker as well. All of a sudden he's a midfielder. Went to the claw and said, Coach, I want to play midfield.
The man Stewie is the coach. He is the coach of the claw.
Well, is he the coach?
He's player coach.
Is Denzel the coach of the attackers? Because they both start more than they coach.
They're
both
filling that role of player coach.
Even when Stewie has subs on the bench, Stewie is starting.
Well, he's a player coach, so he can play.
He's back on his feet, making his way over to the side. Lots of rumors swirling around the claw. Incomings, outgoings. What does the future hold for certain players? Likes of Barbara Johnson. Where do they go when the season is over? Will they stay? Will they go? I have a couple rumored incomings as well. I won't call any names, but I do know 2 players specifically who are making their way over to the claw.
Oh.
Futures with a number of players. Will they stay? Will they go? Like Chadwick Samuel, Shemaine Charles. Will they stay? You know, Tony Carey had some issues. He was in and out and then back in. Knows a team that has a lot of speculation surrounding it, the Eagle Claw. Just never know. And then when the St. Martin guys come over, all guys get frustrated that they're the ones that have to sit. It's a difficult team to coach. It's an interesting team to coach. The Eagle Claw.
I'm not saying a thing about the Claw. They are good guys. There's a good team. It is a good team.
Millie, you're a man of God. You can't be saying those sorts of things out of your 2 teeth. You can't say those 2 things with a straight face.
Now, they're a good team. What do you want me to say?
They're a good team, but
with every other team, they have issues, but they're a good team. They are in the Champions League.
Indeed, they are.
Indeed,
they are a good team. About the statement you made before that.
In the 55th minute of play, now the lineup for the Gold Cup semi-finals, quarterfinals.
Indeed, on Sunday, I believe, Jamaica, they take on Guatemala. Jamaica. They're coming off a very comprehensive defeating of St. Kitts and Nevis. And
that's a penalty.
Is it?
That's a penalty. It must be.
Indeed it
all
is.
all the referee did was to go over to make sure that it was in the box. It was in the box. It is a penalty. He took his feet from under him. He took his legs out.
Careless challenge.
His back was to goal. Why did you need to take his legs out? I don't see the reason why. All the referee did was to go over to make sure that the challenge did take place right on the edge of the box. He noticed it was, no doubt about it. His legs were taken out. It's a penalty.
It happens too many times. You see it too often when there's no need to foul. Players still foul. He was going away from goal and his back was turned to goal.
Your job is completed. Your job is completed. The moment the player turns his back to goal and is going away from goal, your job is completed.
Done your job. But it's Jared Smains looking to add to his very impressive tally on the season. Smains, the young man, under 17 international for Anguilla, up against Reichel Cyril, waiting on referee Harding's whistle. Now Smains wants to go and adjust the ball.
He has to. He was told by the referee the ball is completely off the mark, so he had to bring it back.
You have to keep a piece of the ball. You have to keep a part of the ball. Even if it's a shadow of the ball, you have to keep it on that white marking.
Not the shadow dark.
It's Jared Smains confidently puts it past Reichel Cyril. And the DFC go up 2-1.
Yes. Cyril guessed right. And he got close to it, not close enough. 2-1. 2-1.
Too much power behind that one.
Yes, it's driven really well.
A confident strike from a young man who is full on confidence. I want to get his exact goal tally for the season. I want to know exactly how many goals Jared Smains would have scored this year, because it's a whole lot. I think maybe third overall for the season in terms of goal scoring.
He is.
And that's in all competitions.
Just behind Johnny Gishard and Torres.
So Jose Torres. I think maybe at about 26. But I will get the exact number for you in a moment.
And this is what Peters adds to the attack for the Diamonds FC. Peters, the one who controls the midfield. You see how easy it is for Smains now to take up that role, because Smains were playing midfield in the absence of Peters being the senior man on the field.
He had too much work to do before.
Yes.
Because he didn't have his usual midfield battery behind him.
And so he knew that he had to do the work.
And Jared. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good walk by Peters. Peters finds, oh, this could be trouble. Good walk by Francis. It's not clear just yet. But here comes the claw on the counter. Kirby finds the man Garfield. Ball through. Oh, he can't get past Ruiz. Driven wide by Alex Fleming. I'm going to find Nick. Ball looking for Brown. And offside. Brown flagged offside. Ball forward, looking for Smains. Finds him too. Smains to Trevor Peters. Peters has a runner. And he can't pick him out. Gordon turns. Gordon finds Stuart Murray. Long searching ball for Chad. Finds Chad. Chad has Roach for company. Chad has to go back. Oh, in fact, good work by Roach, getting a boot in, and the ball goes out of touch for a throw into the Eagle Claw in the 60th minute of play.
I think in all competitions, Jared is up to 23 goals on the year. What a goal-scoring season Jared Smains has had. I don't know if a player at his age has scored that many goals in the men's league. He's still on a 17 player, Jared Smains.
He is.
Still under 17. We see a number of the under 17 guys hitting double figures in the league. Because Christian Williams has about 12, Mackay has about 11, Tamarcus has about 11. The under 17 team has some promise.
Doc, if you look at the field presently, for the average age, it's a good ball in. It's not clear yet. The danger is not clear just yet. And it's going to be a corner. It's Alex Roach, Carlos, Harley, and Peters. Everybody else?
Under 17s.
Or under 15 team. It's either the under 15 team or the under 17 team.
And Roach, Hawley, and Reyes, they haven't been out of school that long at all. They just left school maybe a couple of years now.
Harley just graduated.
Reyes may have graduated the year before.
From sixth form, that is, Harley.
Redondo a couple of years before that. All very young. Alex just graduating. This is a very good run. Can put this one across. It's behind for a goal kick. A bit selfish. Could have picked out Jalen with his second effort. Could have picked out Jared Smains. Opted to try and sneak it in at the near post. A very young side, the DFC. What Linton has done very well is he surrounded his young guys with the right veteran pieces to get the best out of them, the players that fit his system the most. Peter's the leader of the DFC side. You have Jane, who's a creative, he has creative output. You have Kentish John, who's a goal scorer. He's really gotten the right veteran guys, right veteran pieces around the youth. And he's found the balance. He's found the right balance.
It's a corner.
Shouldn't be.
Yes, it's a throw. It's the AR call for a corner, but it's going to be a throw.
It shouldn't be a corner. It will be a long throw into the box. Don't see that too often. It's a very good long throw. Caused some issues, some headache for the Eagle Claw for a moment. Could have played the pass, tried to shift a couple players. Lobbed in. And Cyril comes out and collects. So with a long searching ball. It's a very good turn. A bit too easy. DFC are looking to get into full flow now. Yatta is back doing the defending. Back with the DFC. They've taken over this game. And it's a good hit.
Ooh, just wide. Going wide.
It was wide. But it was dipping and had the right contact.
Yes. And you're seeing the difference now with the quality of Peters in that midfield. Unless the ball is played over long from the keeper, there is not much of an attacking play by the Eagle Claw.
It's the job Peters was sent out to do. When the Claw played the attackers and they lost 3-2, he came into that game and I'll be brutally honest, Peters was not good. He was lost in the midfield. He was lost in that midfield, but in this game he's come on and he's done exactly what Coach Linton has asked of him. Put your foot on the ball, control the game. He's a quality midfielder, Trevor Peters, and he's showing his quality today. Free kick to the Claw. So we're approaching a halfway point of this second half. 2-1. Goals coming for the DFC off the boots of the man Tyrese Burke. And from the penalty spot, Jared Smains. Looking to bust down the outside, putting one in. And it will be a corner.
Yes. Well, bit of mistouch there by two Diamond players, giving the ball to the Claw, creating some danger there for themselves. But in the end, they were able to vote. Not just for a moment, it's going to be a corner.
The Claw goal coming, of course.
Stewie.
Coming, of course, from the man taking the corner, Stuart Murray.
Yes. And it was early in the game. It was in the 19th minute.
Indeed.
Of play.
Stewie. His best delivery at all, but causing problems.
Oh.
Into the side netting. That was not dealt with well. DFC with some miscommunication at the back.
I think that he was leaving the ball for his
Tried to leave it for the keeper. The keeper wasn't. I think the way he left it was unorthodox because he jumped over the ball and tried to open his legs. It was unorthodox. It caught the keeper off guard. And thankfully for the DFC, the ball hit the wrong side of the net. It's a searching ball. Tony Carey heads it away. And the Schenker goes a bit further, but Trevor Peters is caught out by Yatta. And Yatta will win a free kick. You got the boot there first.
Yes.
I had to make sure it wasn't Carlos Reyes who was a guilty party again.
Millington, the guilty party.
Had to make sure it wasn't Reyes. Very underrated piece of this Diamond FC. A team, Carlos Reyes. He's really filled the role that Travis Smith had a few years ago very well. The hatchet man. Not afraid of a card. I'm not afraid of a challenge.
Rest assured.
Let's see Travis play. You have a few hatchet men in the league. That's a long searching ball. Jared wants to get there. Gale trying to get there as well. And Tony Carey in the end doesn't have to knock it out of the path of a DFC shirt. Gale in the vicinity. Jared Smith in the vicinity. Kevin Paul around there as well. Remember, Kevin had this weird goal-scoring outburst. It's a drive at goal. Cyril will gobble this one up.
Equal to the task there, Cyril. Very easy work. Ball driven by Harley. Straight down the line, straight down to Cyril. Didn't have to move a muscle to his side, just raising his arms as the ball plays through his offside. Kevin Paul. Thomas has been doing a good job on the line tonight.
Indeed. Gets a little Thomas. She's made the call she's had to make.
Yes.
She's got the offsides right.
In previous games, you know, she was caught out of position a number of times. Tonight, she has done a tremendous job. Right and target, right and point.
In all fairness, the claw defense is not that quick. Francis doesn't quite have the legs he had anymore. And Tony Carey, same thing. Carey, another former enforcers, man. Just look and see all the former enforcers guys scattered throughout the league. I feel they're not even in the league anymore.
No.
Like some of Dion Burton. Remember him playing for the enforcers. Cricketer now, Dion Burton.
Dan Burton has always been a cricketer. He's always been a cricketer, wicket-keeper batsman, fine wicket-keeper batsman.
Indeed. And the shot comes in here. Driven right across goal. There's Burton. Very talented player. Wicket batsman out of the Windward Islands. It's a typical typical Windward Islands wicketkeeper batter.
And he's a left-hander. He's a southpaw.
He's literally out of the mold of Windward Islands wicketkeeper batters. Very strong, square of the wicket, very low to the ground, very quick between the wickets.
Likes of Fletcher.
Andre Fletcher's.
Two of the tallest wicketkeeper batsmen I've seen over the years. James from St. Vincent and Junior Murray from Grenada.
Indeed.
Millington push this one through too heavy a touch. Oh, idea was good for Paul, but too heavy.
Definitely the right idea, just not the execution. Well, it's produced a number of quality keepers over the years for the West Indies. That will be a foul as well.
That's a card.
He'll be going to his pocket. So you have the likes of Andre Fletcher and Johnson Charles. Quality keeper batters. Murray as well. That's Junior Murray. Really wicket kept. During one of the toughest times to have ever been a West Indies wicket keeper. I don't know how him and Jeff Dujon caught those balls. They came up at the perfect time, Murray and Jeff Dujon.
Well, for Junior Murray, because he was just after Jeffrey Dujon.
Indeed.
It was just after Jeffrey Dujon. It would have been Junior Murray and Ridley Jacobs.
Ridley Jacobs is, yes. I think from Jamaica, I believe Jacobs.
Jacobs and Antiguan.
Antiguan, actually, yes. And you had... It was right at, when Jacobs and Murray came up, it was right at the end of the initial pace trio and the bottom of the new pace trio. And you needed to have good gloves because the ball would bounce on the pitch, and if you didn't stop it, it was going for 6 runs. Those boys had pace. Those boys in the West Indies had pace. Speaking of the West Indies, they've announced their test squad.
Let's talk football.
I'm not going to talk about that game. I didn't see it.
Millington!
Too long, too long. I want to get an extra touch for getting off the shot. It's a good ball over the top. He's offside. Really? I'm not going to speak on the game. I didn't watch it. I don't know what happened. I don't know anything about the game other than they played Sri Lanka. That's all I know about the game.
What else do you expect? Same thing.
All right, good. Did they bat 50?
Talking about the West Indies.
Okay,
batted 50 overs.
All right,
really.
thank you.
Millington drives this one, looking for Gale, finds Gale. Gale finds Reese on the flank to heavier touch. And Nishinko. Oh, Millington does well to win that one. Finds Smins. Smins!
Yatta doing the defending.
That's offside. Can't do that. That's offside.
Well, Melly, you neglected to tell me Anguillian Casey Carney scored a half century today. That's a very good reverse pass.
He's actually scored 87. St.
87
Martin / Anguillian.
Anguillian Casey Carty. The boy's last name is Carty.
Well, his father indeed from Angola.
And
Deep Waters, Angola.
He played for Angola last time Angola played a game.
He plays.
He plays for Angola. He's an Anguillian.
For Angola, Casey Carty. I remember when the days when Casey Carty came in. I was coaching the Angola team when he would have when he debuted for Angola at the youth level.
Indeed, very talented, very talented batter. And he has a very bright future in the 50-over format.
I don't know. I may be wrong, but Casey Carty is well suited for Test cricket. Here is Stuart Murray. Has Carlos for company, but this could be trouble! in the 76th minute of play, Stuart Murray makes it 2-1 down the left flank, and Roach was no match for him, and into the back of the net, getting that one past Micah Brooks. Doc.
Stewie? Where did that come from? That's Ducks United Stewie there. Pace, power, and a good finish. 2 goals apiece.
2 goals apiece. I don't know where I get 2-1 from. Oh, Diamonds was up. It's 2 goals apiece.
2 goals apiece. That is the Stewie that you came to know with the Ducks United. He had pace for days. It was a good finish. Low and hard past the keeper.
And I don't think that goals are done for the night. Doc, I don't think that goals are done for the night.
Not with the DFC are trying to get forward. And it could be troublesome as well. He's in behind here. Lays it off. Again, taking a bit too long to get the shot off.
Yes.
Too many touches in that sort of position. Around the 18, you need 1 and 2 touches and get the ball off with a pass or shot.
This can be trouble again. Good work by Roach in the end.
Chadwick took a bit too long to turn on the afterburners.
Gone are the days when Chadwick had afterburners.
Chadwick Samuel, a veteran guy, still scoring goals. Had a 20-goal season last year.
Saw him earlier in the season last year, and he had it. He had it down back. I don't know what happened to him this season at all.
I think Chadwick forgot that you can beat all the players you want, but you have to actually score the goal for it to go on your tally. Because he's been getting in the positions, he's gotten shots off. He just can't score anymore.
Something has gone wrong.
Well, as we say that, Chadwick is probably going to end up scoring today. Coming to discuss is a real thing.
It is a real thing, but not for everybody, though.
So you say even Chadwick is hopeless?
I'm not saying that. I did not say that. Those weren't my words at all.
Well, we paraphrase.
Those weren't my words.
I'm not a lawyer. I'm allowed to paraphrase. All in a free kick.
Back. Yes, ball pull right back.
Two goals apiece. Neither coach has a chess piece to move. It's my 11 against your 11. Let's see which 11 wins out.
It's my coaching style versus your coaching style. Oh, that's a good ball.
Searching ball.
That's a good ball.
He has runners. What defending by Yatta. Brilliant by Yatta. He had to get it spot on, and it was perfect. He's beaten a couple. And eventually Gordon can look to clear. Gordon. Looking to find Chadwick, but again, Chadwick has drifted out wide.
On this occasion, he drifted.
He drifted past the ball.
Oh, this is a good ball. He's onside. And good work by Cyril is still alive. Oh, he's on offside position now. Oh, my.
Cyril. He looked hurt. He was not moving freely at all. And now he's gone down right, kill Cyril. Didn't get down freely at all, Cyril. And now he has stayed down. And I don't think Griff should be coming out to do the medical training, the medical procedures, because as soon as to come out, Griff is going to get ready to come onto the field.
No. You see, Griff is going to take all the time with Cyril that he needs and eat the time down off the clock.
You can't play without a keeper either. So Calvin Francis, who'll probably go in goal, he'll get all the time he needs to get dressed to go in goal.
That's a time when he's employed. There is going to be a substitution, though, by the Diamond FC. Would it be Kevin Paul or Devante? Javante, who is going to give way for Diamond FC. We wait to see.
It looks like it may be.
Raymar, the man who is looking to make his way on. Raymar Rowe.
Indeed. Maybe Kevin. Maybe Kevin Paul will be making his way off the field.
Not just yet. Not just yet, says Coach Linton.
And here is Paul. Cleared by Yatta. Now Stewie has a brace today.
What's that?
Stewie. It's still Stewie. Stewie's still going. Alex says that's too easy now. Still a DFC. Peters.
Tries way. That's gone for 6.
Johnson have to go for that ball. That ball's over to the to the JRWP.
Yes.
Another goal kick. 8 minutes plus whatever is added. Chance for both sides to get back into this one as it's another good through pass. But some more good last-ditch defending. This time it was Garfield. Everyone's back playing defense now. Searching ball.
Ooh,
offside.
That's a tough one. AR says that's offside. And if she says that, you're offside.
Is that a good game today, Casilda? She gets the benefit of the doubt this time.
Yeah, she does.
She's earned it. Here come the claw. Chadwick. Couldn't quite get there. The DFC recycled possession. You put the pass through. It's a good ball over the top. Again, Yatta is playing some really good center back right now. Wow, it's in the left wing this long. Yatta is playing some very good center back. Garfield goes back to the Schenko. Sliced over. And now finding Gordon. Now Linton says he's ready for the change to be made. He has runners. He can find one of them.
Too heavy a touch.
Too much pepper on that one. Gordon. Shift this one forward. I haven't seen too much of the Chinese man in this second half. Gone a bit quiet. Is that a good game overall?
And that's why generally the Eagle Claw has seen a lot less of the ball. They have.
In the first half, they were getting Chinese man involved a lot, but you haven't seen him too much this second half. And his hold-up play has been very good. Romain Kabi.
The substitution can come now. It's going to be number 25 in Javante Gale, yes.
So Kevin thought it was Gale. Kevin earlier, but they made a switch.
Gale goes. No, in fact, it's Harley who goes.
It is Harley.
Harley who goes. Gale has the duty now on that flank.
As I said, positional versatility of the DFC players. They can all play anywhere. Look at him chugging. That's a good ball as well. And it's a shot! Oh. And it's going to trickle wide. Cyril came out.
Oh, the first effort, the first time that Rowe was going to touch the ball and was an opportunity to go goalwards. Oh.
Rowe. Well, his first touch could have gotten him on the score sheet. Could have been a DFC winner. Just couldn't get enough to get it beyond. All right, kill Cyril. Will be a corner.
And there's a pushing and shoving in the box, and the referee saying, I want none of that. I want none of that. Anytime you see Brong, anyway Brong is.
That boy likes a scrap.
Yes, there is a call, and that is it Kevin Paul?
Someone's going to be carded. Referee says no, actually. I'll speak to the two of you one more time. It's Yatta Brown, of course. Actually,
Gordon and Paul.
It's Gordon, in fact. Ball played in, not out of the way. And Deshenko lobs this one upfield. Here come DFC. It's not the correct ball. Not the right type of ball at all there. Again, it's a difficult game. You have to find the right type of pass. They're not going to bend the ball that far around the defense. And he's onside, you know. Chadwick Samuel is there as well. The ball didn't have enough pepper on it this time. Chadwick forced to turn back. The ball needed a bit more. Very good shoulder-to-shoulder strength.
Oh, that's a good ball.
Yes, Jared. It's a foot race. Too heavy on the touch. Too heavy. Cyril will gratefully grasp it with both hands. Come the claw now. It's end-to-end actions, end-to-end stuff. Man, for the claw, this near side seems to be hurt. It's Garfield Lewis, I believe. Not moving freely at all, Garfield. He's putting a shift today for the claw. A chance for both sides to end their season on a positive note. A draw would be a fair result, but a win would mean so much more for whichever team gets it.
89th minute of play. And Coach Linton, no, somebody gets a card on the DFC bench.
It's only be fair. It's only fitting with the end of the season. Someone on the DFC bench gets a card. Surprised it wasn't Linton, in fact.
It wasn't Linton who got that card.
It's usually Linton on the end of those. Ball didn't stay in play.
It may have been Omando who got that card.
I'm not surprised in the slightest. Worcester has blown a whole lot now. Will be a free kick. To the claw. Yatta's going forward.
Now we are into the 90th minute of play.
floated high, not the pregnant
And
delivery
he,
at
no,
all.
he was looking for Yatta. He saw Yatta, and he wanted to drop that ball right on his boot, and he was unable to.
That's not where
Because
Yatta was.
Yatta
Yatta went
made the
flying
run. He made the run.
to where the ball was supposed to go, which is into the middle.
2 minutes of added time.
Just the two. Just 2 minutes left in this one. Game. We've seen penalties. We've seen for the tweaking on the score sheet. We've seen Stewie with a brace going back to his Docks days. We've seen everything but a winner so far.
2 minutes. A lot of time.
Reyes going forward. It's out of reach of road. That's a bit careless from Tony Carey.
Who?
And Trevor saved by Rykiel Cyril.
Foul call.
What a save in the end by Cyril. It wouldn't have mattered. But he was out of position, Cyril, and he's hurt. But he got down. And he didn't just save it, he held it as well. Gordon. They need to move quickly now, the claw. It's Kabi. Wants the return pass, gets the return pass. It will be a free kick. Will this be the final throw of the dice for the Eagle Claw?
It's going to be a yellow card for Javante. Gale get. Is it Gale or Roach? It's Gale. It is Gale who got the yellow. It couldn't have been Roach. Was it Roach or Gale who made the tackle?
I think Roach is a bit taller than Gale. Not certain. It will be a free kick to the Claw. You have to put this one into the mixer. You have Khalifa Francis up there to aim at. Tall guy.
It's going to be Brown.
You have to put the ball in.
This could definitely be the last effort of the game to put it away for the Claw.
Yatta puts it in high. It's not dealt with yet, but referee Harding says he has seen enough. He doesn't want to see another kick of the ball. And that's the end of this game. And in all fairness to both sides, a positive end to what's been a positive season for the Eagle Claw and the DFC. A 2-all draw.
Yes, a season ending for both teams, and what a way to end it. And so that's that for that.
Millie? Yes, season may be over, but the Champions League isn't over.
It is not. It is not. The Champions League final. Well, so it is. It has shaped up to be.
The Champions League final is on Sunday.
It is Sunday. The curtains dropper. Oh, the Champions League final. It is the Roaring Lions. They will be up against
the Docks United.
It
Winner
all
take
kicks
all.
off at 8:30 thereabout in the PM right here at the RGTC, and it is going to be 1-2. You can't miss that, Doc.
Let's just make it simple. Lions win. They win the Champions League.
Ducks only need a draw.
If Ducks win or draw,
they
win the Champions League.
They only need a draw. Ducks only need a draw. The Royal Lions must win on the night.
Maybe we'll talk more about that game tomorrow night. I'll take you back to Master Control. Join us tomorrow where we'll have more footballing action. But for now, back to headquarters.